You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more. Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels gotta change to your mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape. You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more. I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up, didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more. No R&R's, the bar is raised. If you know me, now I can bar for days. Nothing to prove cause I wanna see some more. You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more. You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some, see some. I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me in my face, in my face, in my face?
It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. A new season is officially underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Zach Sealer there to bring him down. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. And he's brought down for a loss. The rookie out of Alabama, there on the tackle.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
And you're going for this. Throw caught by his running back. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Back to throw on 1st and 10. Cut at the 10-yard line. And that's a huge hit there, but he still able to power through enough for a first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the... Oh, he lost the football. Jags pick it up. Wow, he's dropped hard on the return by one of the offensive linemen.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort. That was all about effort. Back pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively. And that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Of all the ways the first points could go up on the board, a safety, well, it's one of the more rare and least likely, and we nearly saw it right there. What a great spot for the aggressiveness of that defense. And the QB, well, he nearly obliged them by dancing way too close to the goal line. We're still scoreless, but just barely.
From his own end zone on 3rd and long. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. It's a race down the right side. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Well, so much for seeing a safety, Brock. Things have totally changed now on 1st and 10 across midfield. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Finds his fullback. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, "Do you have a tight end with his hand on the ground?" "Yes, coach." "Do you have a fullback still in your roster?" "Yes, coach." "And you're going to do just fine."
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Wow, wide open here, complete. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
It's a gain of 1 on 1st and goal. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5. We're through 1 quarter of this. We're back for the start of the 2nd quarter. Jaguars have the ball and a chance at 6. Robinson in motion right. They'll try and punch it in. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. It'll be a 5-yard gain. That brings up 3rd and goal.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. They send a man in motion. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jaguars get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Lambeau for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. Inside handoff goes to McKinnon. He's out in the clear. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost in a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Working quickly here. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Caught near the pylon. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Up the middle they go with McKinnon. And he'll take it in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Motion man sent left. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And this one does not go far. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
And he's down after getting this up to the 41. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Remain practical with the play defensively. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Jaguars with a long field ahead. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. The Jaguars are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They give it to him again. He gets the first and more to the 35. And he'll finally be taken down at the 25. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense set for a first and 10. This time it's a passing play. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They get 13 on the pickup, and that's a Jaguar first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that, actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This only a chip shot from the right hash. The kick by Ryland is good. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Let's go now. 18, right. 18 with the 70 range. 7, Buffalo, 18.
They'll come out throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Begins his return at the 16. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And it'll be Jaguars football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
On 2nd and 14 now. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
To the air, 3rd and long. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphins football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, here we go.
They're going play action. That's Thomas, he's got it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he found some running room for a nice game. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
A handoff left for Edmonds. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Running back, motioning right. To throw here on 1st down. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd and 8. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Getting out to his left. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
There are so many fundamental details play the quarterback position, especially in the pocket. But you get loose, you make a nice little run, you get in the open field, you got to have the fundamentals to tuck that ball away. QB doesn't, defender knocks it out. Huge turn of events.
He put everything he had into this one. That one's caught. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. We've reached the... Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. They'll send him up the middle. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. No gain on the play, and they have to come up with 7 yards now on 3rd and goal. Looking to the air here. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board. So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Jags. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go.
Now looking to throw. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and you get a little something coming out of it, too.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He throws a bullet deep to the... Another turnover. This time it's an interception. And the Jaguars will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
He lobs it up, left sideline, looking for a jump play. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
19 Lions. Back 60.
2nd and 10 now. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And they'll hold him up after a short carry to the 44. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2. Back to throw it. Buys time, rolling right. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again. Is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here. From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. Burton there to bring it in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Throw is caught by the back. And they make the tackle at the 38. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
That's good for a Miami Dolphins.
It's the 2-minute warning from Miami.
1st and 10.
Dolphins trail by 6. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Mustang 19. Let's go now. Go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 25-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. Here he is to throw. And he got there in time. He's taken down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, here's what I know, Kate. And sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer or he's not going to endure this season. Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
Trap 60. Here we go. Shot.
Setting up to pass. Escapes the pocket. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
60 Bobcat. Come on.
Looking to throw it. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
Ready, set.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Here we go. Panther 11. Panthers 7 Pirates. Ready.
Throwing now. And he catches it to tie this game in the final minute. So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive from a field goal. Wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
They have this try now to put them in front late. And he gets the extra point, and that kick gives them the 1-point lead right near the end of this game. The The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw it. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Back to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So in the end, it's